It's Monday, March 11th. This is PSN News. Tonight we'll bring you more details on the Penn State UPUA candidates, as well as details on the 16 criminal charges actor Jussie Smollett is facing.
We also have more on the Penn State fraternity frat house that is up for sale, as well as Bill Shine's resignation from the White House.
Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Jack Hirsh.
And I'm Katie Park.
Last week, Penn State UPUA announced candidates for the election of the 14th General Assembly, and for the second consecutive year, there is only one pair running on the executive ticket. Laura McKinney, the current UPUA vice president, is running for president, and with Jake Griggs running alongside her for vice president. The other positions to be filled are representatives in the General Assembly. However, 3 of the university's 15 academic colleges do not yet have any declared candidates. Voters will also have the opportunity to select 20 at-large representatives from the 27 declared candidates.
Last week, the Mount Nittany Medical Center announced their 71st annual charity ball has raised $180,000 for the Women and Children's Service Department on February 23rd. There were 550 attendees at the event held at the Penn State Hotel and Conference Center. The event was organized by co-chairs Gina Waskob and Tracy Doucette. It is considered one of Mount Nittany Health Foundation's premier fundraisers. The next charity ball will be held on Saturday, February 22nd, 2020.
Penn State Hillel's long-awaited new space has gotten its name. The Nancy and Bernard Guterman Center for the Jewish Life, which is slated to open in 2021 on Beaver Ave as part of the Hirsh complex on the corner of Beaver and Garner Street, will be named for the Gutermans, who are longtime supporters of the organization, according to a press release. Their goal for the space is, quote, ensuring that Jewish students at Penn State have the opportunity to experience the richness of Jewish life and continue to build the Jewish future.
More than a year after the Penn State chapter of Pi Lambda Phi fraternity lost recognition, alumni have recently put its former house on the market with a price tag of $990,000. Pi Lam was one of more than a dozen chapters sanctioned by Penn State in the months after new strict Greek life regulations were passed in response to Tim Piazza's death. University officials suspended the chapter through the spring 2019 semester during 2017. For providing guests with alcohol during social events, exceeding the house's capacity, and violating regulations for social functions. The property, located at 321 Fraternity Row, sits on 0.34 acres of land in the Highlands neighborhood of State College. How Pi Lam's former house is used remains to be seen.
Stay tuned, because after the break, Megan Drakis will bring you the latest in entertainment news.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Megan Drakis with your entertainment update. The Student Programming Association announced it will host actor Josh Radnor this week as a part of the program's Distinguished Speaker Series this month. Radnor, who is best known for his role as Ted Mosby in How I Met Your Mother, is set to speak this Thursday, March 14th in Heritage Hall, which is located in the Hub Robeson Center. Additional tickets to this event began distribution today and are free to students with a valid Penn State ID. The State College area became just a little bit sweeter this weekend with the opening of the new pastry shop, The Cakery. The shop, which is located in downtown Bellefonte, has a wide range of sweets, including cakes, cookies, and pastries galore. This past weekend was a soft opening for the shop, as it will only be holding part-time hours on Saturdays due to the owner's busy schedule. Melissa Stitzer, the owner of The Cakery, plans on having a grand opening in May or June, and the shop's hours will then transition to a Tuesday through Saturday schedule. Another Hollywood power couple has made it official. Jennifer Lopez and Alex Rodriguez announced their engagement this weekend on Instagram with a picture of the multi-million-dollar engagement ring. The pair recently celebrated their 2-year anniversary in February and have frequently shown off their blended family on social media. Rodriguez popped the question on the pair's romantic getaway to the Bahamas and captioned the announcement photo, "She said yes." That's your entertainment update. Stay tuned, because after the break, Alexa Arcudi has the latest in sports.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Alexa Arcudi with your sports update. The Penn State men's gymnastics team won the Arizona State Invitational with a 402.100 team score, topping Arizona State, Navy, Air Force, and NoCal United. Penn State started the day on parallel bars, scoring a 63.100, led by junior Sam Zakutny. Zakutny also led the way for the Nittany Lions on high bar, scoring a meet-high 13.850. The final event of the day was vault, which was the highest event team score at 69.200. Pantazi's recorded a 14.250 for a team best routine. Penn State returns to Rec Hall on March 16th for a tri-meet with Michigan and Illinois for a Big Ten competition. Penn State Wrestling won the 2019 Big Ten Championship with 4 individual champions to outdistance second-place Ohio State by more than 30 points. Head coach Cale Sanderson's squad had 9 wrestlers placed in the top 6, qualifying all 9 competitors for the 2019 NCAA Championships in Pittsburgh on March 21st to 23rd. Mark Hall, Bo Nickel, Jason Nolf, and Anthony Cassar all came out as Big Ten champions this weekend. Penn State has now won 6 Big Ten championship tournaments under Sanderson. The Brooklyn Nets traveled down to Atlanta and secured the 114-112 victory over the Hawks on Saturday night. The Nets moved into a tie with the Detroit Pistons for 6th place in the Eastern Conference. Joe Harris successfully made 1 of 2 foul shots with 16.3 seconds remaining to push the lead up to 2 points. Vince Carter attempted a 3-point buzzer beater but did not succeed. John Collins finished with 33 points and a career-high 20 rebounds for Atlanta. And Trae Young notched his first triple-double of his career, finishing with 23 points, 11 assists, and 10 rebounds. That was your sports update. Stay tuned because after the break, we'll bring you an exclusive interview with the Vice President and Social Media Chair for the Association for Women in Sports Media.
Hi, I'm Erin Alessandroni, and welcome back to PSN News. Tonight we have Ellie French, the Vice President of the Association for Women in Sports Media, as well as Anna Middleton, the Social Media Chair for the club. They're here to tell us more about their club and the importance of Women's History Month. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. So Ellie, if you could tell our audience members a little bit about the mission of Awesome.
Yeah, so as you mentioned, it stands for So Awesome is Association for Women in Sports Media, and kind of just the basis of it is that it was an organization founded on just the advancement of women in sports media and really creating a presence for them, since sports is just such a male-dominant industry, and like sports media in general as well. You see a lot of male figures in it and stuff. So just the creation of it was kind of just mainly for that advancement of it and just kind of creating opportunities for women to have that availability to be able to be in sports and stuff and kind of make their presence known in it.
Oh, that's fantastic. And I know, Anna, that opportunities and possibilities for women in this field have come a long way. What are the main goals for the near future that you hope to see even as you enter the market and start your careers?
I would just say more women in the sports industry. I mean, they're slowly climbing with more getting into the NFL, MLB and such, but just more presence in that as well.
Speaking on that, do you guys have any women role models in the media that you look up to and hope to emulate?
Yeah, I think for me personally, because I get that question a lot of people ask me, but I think for me personally, I love looking toward like Maria Taylor is a really prime example that a lot of people use just because she is everywhere. I mean, she's done so much and has established herself so well, covering college football and doing game day with that, doing college basketball coverage as well. And I think she's like 30 or 31 years old, and how much she's already achieved is incredible. And then just another person for me who's a little bit older, who's been in the industry for forever, but has established herself so well too, is Doris Burke. She's just like the GOAT essentially for like women for NBA. So it's amazing to watch her, and I don't know if you have any specific
I like
ones.
the Taylor Biscotti on the NFL Network. She's my favorite. I just love everything about her, honestly.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, I'm sure you guys will get there someday and be someone else's person that they look up to. Could you guys tell us a little bit about the events that Awesome holds for our audience members?
Yeah, so I guess one thing that's really big that Awesome does that I actually had the opportunity to take part of in this past summer was they do a national convention each year, and it's held at a different location. So this past summer, the one was held at Scottsdale, and this year it's going to be at Tampa. But it's like a weekend-long thing where they bring just all the different Awesome chapters across the country at different colleges together, and they bring in professional women from various networks, whether it's Fox Sports or ESPN or just kind of even like local sports news and stuff, and they bring them in and they have a couple panel sessions, and you get this opportunity to talk one-on-one with the women and just kind of hear their stories of how they broke into the industry, kind of some of the things that they've learned and all that. And so I had the opportunity to go this summer, and being part of that was just amazing to have a weekend where you're not only, you know, around these professional women and get to hear how they broke into the industry, but you're also surrounded by students who are going through the same thing as you and trying to get into this industry, and you get to talk to them about kind of their experience and all that. So
I'm
that's a
sure that
big
also
thing.
provides great networking opportunities. I know that's one of the goals for Awesome. What kind of networking opportunities do you guys hold on campus for students?
A ton. We hold bi-weekly meetings on Tuesday, and every single meeting you're going to meet someone in the industry, whether it's on air, marketing, or anything. We have Dana O'Neill from 2 months ago, I believe. She came and spoke to our chapter, and that was incredible. And we're actually having a meeting this Tuesday at 8 p.m. too.
Oh, awesome. So how would someone that wants to get involved in our audience go about it? Just show up to the meeting or let them know?
Yeah, so our meetings, as she mentioned, they're twice a month on Tuesdays at 8 o'clock, and they're in the BBH building,
Yes.
like blinking on the room number at the moment and stuff. But if you wanted more information, we do have a big social media presence. So we have like Awesome Penn State as our username, I believe, for like Instagram or a couple of things. But that's a really good way to reach out to us if you're messaging us and you come across it and say, hey, I'm interested in coming, we can get you more information that way. But I'm just always constantly trying to tell people that, you know, when I find if they're a female or even if they're interested in sports media, because we have some guys that come to the meeting as well, since it's not just exclusively for females, it's just the advancement of females. So we have,
love that. Great
yeah,
to know.
it's great to know, because people are like, wait, boys can be in the club, and it's like, yeah, and stuff.
Why
'Cause
not?
it's like, yeah, they want to like support the advancement too and stuff. But kind of a big way I'd say is just trying to like reach out to us on social media, and then also just like we try to be at when they have like the College of Com involvement fairs and stuff.
absolutely.
But yeah,
Career
just like
fairs.
twice a month we have our meetings in the BBH building
Oh,
and stuff.
Mom,
So
have
yeah.
to stop by.
Yeah.
Well, that's all the time we have for now. But thank you guys so much for coming in tonight and joining us. We'll have this week's weather report coming to you next. Stay tuned.
From the students of Penn State Meteorology, here is your Penn State Campus Weather Service forecast.
Good evening, everyone. I'm student meteorologist Mike Susko here with your PSN forecast. As we return from classes today, so did the sunshine to State College, and that will be continuing for the next couple of days. The second half of the work week, though, we will see rain moving in, but the good news is we could see some warmer temperatures with that. But as we prepare for St. Patrick's Day weekend, at least, the sunshine will return, but unfortunately those cooler temperatures will as well. Future weather showing us that the clouds and rain will stay away for our day tomorrow on Tuesday, and then come back in on Wednesday. But we see tomorrow night here around 6 o'clock, most of the state will be in sunny skies here for Pennsylvania. Just a few exceptions in the northeastern parts of the state around Scranton and down to the southwest, just south of Pittsburgh. We'll have some clouds, but otherwise it'll be sunny across the state. Now Wednesday, the clouds will move back in, particularly in the afternoon. We could see some rain showers, on Wednesday afternoon here. This particular model brings one into State College later around 5 o'clock. We do think we could see some sprinkles, but nothing will be heavy Wednesday afternoon. We could see some of that rain lasting into Thursday morning. Then we'll get a break. It'll be cloudy. But then Thursday night, okay, we will see much more steadier rain moving. Now, this model has around 7 o'clock most of the state covered in rain. Do not pay too much attention to the specific timing of the rain on this model. Just right now, we want to give you a general idea that Thursday night, a much more steadier rain will move in. The specific timing is still a little wonky because it's just a few days out, but we will get that as we get closer to Thursday. Main idea, though, steady rain Thursday night, and that will continue into Friday morning. We will see that rain continuing even Friday afternoon here. You can see most of the state will be covered with rain sometime Friday afternoon, but by the time you're heading home from work or from classes, that rain should be wrapping up, and then late Friday night will actually be pretty decent outside. But for tonight, though, for our Monday night, 25 for our low, mostly clear skies. It will be breezy, though. Those wind gusts up to 35 miles per hour possible. Those wind chills will be in the teens, possibly single digits, so make sure you are bundling up if you're heading outside. Now for tomorrow, our high will be 41 degrees, lots of sunshine around, and those winds will actually die down a bit, go down to 25 miles per hour at least, so it will be less breezy, but they'll still be whipping outside for our day on Tuesday. Now for your 7-day forecast here, you're going to notice that as those temperatures move up, those rain will move in, especially for Thursday and Friday, and both peaking with temperature on Friday. And then as the rain moves out for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, those temperatures will go back down into the lower 40s, so nothing too crazy. We should be around that this time of year. But the point is that when the rain moves in, the temperatures will increase, and then when the rain moves out and we get the sunny skies, the trade-off is going to be we'll have cooler temperatures, much more seasonally for this time of year, but we will certainly not be near 60 degrees like we will be on Friday. Thank you for joining me. I'm Mike Susko. Have a great night, everyone.
Actor Jussie Smollett of Empire was indicted last week by a Chicago grand jury on 16 counts of allegedly lying to police about being the victim of a hate crime. Smollett made a false claim to Chicago police in January that he was assaulted by two masked men who also berated him with racist and homophobic slurs. He was then charged last month with felony disorder conduct after it was alleged that Smollett fabricated the incident to gain exposure. No surveillance video of the incident was found, and Smollett refused to hand over his phone to investigators.
This week, Wisconsin authorities say James Patterson, a man accused of kidnapping 13-year-old Jamie Kloss from her rural Wisconsin home after her parents were killed, and has written a letter from jail saying he regretted the crimes and committed them mostly on impulse. The supposed letter from Patterson was sent to KARE 11 News reporter Lou Raguse in response to questions Raguse had mailed the inmate. Wisconsin police officials have told the news station they believe the letter, postmarked February 28th, is authentic. The Washington Post has yet to confirm the authenticity of the letter. Patterson's attorney, Charles Glenn, did not respond to a request for comment Friday afternoon.
Adnan Syed, whose 1999 murder case rose to fame through the popular podcast Serial, is getting his conviction reinstated. Syed's conviction of murdering his high school classmate and girlfriend in Baltimore, Maryland, was overturned in 2016 by a U.S. District Court after the podcast took a fresh look at the case in 2014. The 38-year-old will now continue serving a life sentence. Devastated by the outcome, Syed's attorney, Justin Brown, hinted that they would try an appeal to the U.S. Supreme Court in a statement. HBO debuted the docuseries The Case Against Adnan Syed last night.
The White House announced Friday Bill Shine, the former Fox News executive who joined the White House staff last summer to manage President Trump's communications operation, has resigned and will move to Trump's re-election campaign. Upon the abrupt departure, Mr. Shine says he was leaving for two reasons, quote, he lived in a solitary existence in Washington and missed his family who remained in New York, and he had become a distraction for Mr. Trump and did not see that changing, end quote. The White House has given no further indication who will replace Mr. Shine.
And that's all for tonight on PSN News.
Be sure to check us out on Twitter at PSN News. Thank you for joining us.